Hi everyone, it's Ross Anderson from Brave New World Wine, and today we are talking about an iconic South African wine, and that being Warwick Estate Trilogy. And in particular, we're looking at the 2018 vintage of this beautiful wine, which is a 55% Cabernet Franc, 42% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 3% Merlot. Bordeaux blend, which is something that Stellenbosch as a region is doing incredibly well on the world stage. But let's have a quick look at Warwick Estate. So Warwick Estate in Stellenbosch, founded in 1771 and spent the first 200 years as a fruit farm. In 1964, the Ratcliffe family took control of the property, planted vines, started growing grapes, and released their first wine in 1984, being a Cabernet. This wine in particular is spectacular. I've poured it using a Corvin, and we're going to run through that in just a minute. But before we get there, I wanted to talk about Warwick's location. So with Cape Town on the left, going over False Bay and Somerset West, with Jonkershoek Mountains and Simonsburg on the right, going over the town of Stellenbosch, with Paarl in the top right-hand corner, along the R44 is the delightful and gorgeous Warwick Estate. Now, this wine has been in the glass for about 25 minutes, and to do real justice to this, we probably should have had this in a decanter for a number of hours. But we'll run through the wine. It is simply spectacular. On the nose, beautiful, rich, jumping, vibrant aromas of blackcurrant, cedar, lots of cigar box, blackberries. There's some beautiful sweet vanilla notes, some cloves, and even some Christmas cake, some dark fruit cake. On the palate, it's so full-bodied. It's beautiful, rich, it's layered, very concentrated. It's got some great intensity. Those spices, that dark fruit, Christmas cake that I mentioned, that those elements are there. And then there's also some savory notes and some really firm tannins, which are going to give this great ageability of 5 to 10 years or maybe even more. The winemaking process is a lot more complicated than it is for one of the other wines or any of the other wines in the range. The parcels, the Cabernet Franc, the Cabernet Sauvignon, and the Merlot are all harvested separately. They're hand sorted, they are crushed, and they spend between 20 and 40 days on their skins. After they've fermented, they're pressed, and then they undergo malolactic fermentation in barrel and in tank. Thereafter, they are racked to French oak, 55% new French oak, and 42% fourth fill oak is used in the maturation process. The wine then spends 24 months in barrel, and the best parcels are then assessed and used and blended to make this amazing Warwick Trilogy. Now, it should be noted here that this wine in particular, the 2018 vintage, has done incredibly well in the global wine show circuit, picking up 97 points from Decanter, and that was in 2021. So a great accolade there, getting a platinum award from Decanter. And the other thing that we have been talking about with all the Warwick videos is Warwick's focus on food and wine matching. Now, there's no specific recipe suggestion for this trilogy, but we firmly believe that this recipe on the screen now, this rack of lamb baked with smoked salt crust and mulberry and tomato compote, would be absolutely stunning with this amazing wine. So Warwick Estate, Stellenbosch, this is a true iconic wine. I'm not quite sure when the first vintage of this wine was made, but I believe it could have been 1986. So it's been around for some time. It is one of the stalwarts of the South African premium wine sector. And I would absolutely encourage you to get onto bravenewworld.wine, check out the Warwick collection. Have a look at all the Warwick wines in the range. Have a look at all the videos that we've got with every wine, all the recipes, some amazing food and wine suggestions, and get yourself a couple of bottles of Warwick Trilogy, maybe one to start or to assess now, and chuck a couple others in the cellar for a rainy day. That's it for this video. Please be sure to check out the website and all the video content that we have across the wine ranges that we carry. Until next time, stay safe.